assembly will come to order. Please stand if you are able for the land acknowledgement and the invocation. With humility and pride, Hamilton College acknowledges its campus sits on the ancestral homelands of the Oneida Indian Nation. The Oneida, or Onyata'aka, in their indigenous language, means people of the standing stone. Emerging in 1793 from a vision by Reverend Samuel Kirkland and Oneida Chief Shenandoah, both now interred side by side on our campus, to establish a place where American Indians and settler youth could receive a quality education, Hamilton College's very foundation was built upon indigenous reciprocity and inclusivity. We recognize our past failures to implement this vision. Through sharing our community and educational resources, we are committed to building a sustainable partnership with the Oneida Indian Nation and the Haudenosaunee peoples. We embrace that our past and our future are forever tied to the Oneida people. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Dean of Spiritual and Religious Life, Colleen Halligan Priniger.
In her 1993 masterpiece, The Parable of the Sower, Octavia Butler's protagonist holds change at the sacred center of life and community. She writes, "All that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change." As we stand on the threshold of another academic year, your first of many academic years here at Hamilton, we open this space in acknowledgement of the sacred force of change. 24 years ago, I sat in this very auditorium, exactly where you are, excited and nervous on the precipice of the first of many changes that would and will mark my life here at Hamilton. Today, I too, along with you, begin a new journey here in this vibrant and generative place. Will you join your hearts together with mine in the invocation? We have gathered here today on the threshold of something new. Our feet are planted in two different worlds, what was and what will be, who we are now and who we are becoming. As the new academic season unfurls before us again and for the very first time, may we be blessed with the gifts of curiosity and courage, embracing the ever-becoming gift of change in ourselves and in each other as we strive to be and become the Hamilton community together. May this time be marked by grounded knowledge, compassionate understanding, and unfettered joy. We offer this hope and prayer in the name of all that was, is, and is to come. Amen. You may be seated.
I'd now like to invite the Honor Court Chair, Archer Freed Socarides, class of 2027.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's my honor, on behalf of the Honor Court, to welcome the class of 2029 to Hamilton. Congratulations. First, I want to thank all of you again for meeting with me and taking part in the presentation on academic integrity. That meeting was an important introduction to Hamilton's honor code, a part of the college you might not have known much about before. I appreciate all of you who engaged in conversation with me, asked questions, and I want to give you all a reminder that applications for the honor court will go out in your emails next week. You all will see soon enough that Hamilton is a community built on trust between students and faculty, and the Honor Court serves as one of those examples. I know that for some of you, the presentation I gave might have felt like just another step in your orientation. Probably less exciting than moving into your dorms for the first time or going on your orientation trips, and that's fair. But the Honor Code matters because it's one of the ways we're brought together as students, not just as individuals, but as a community of equals. Just as we all eat in the same spaces, study in the same spaces, maybe take some of the same classes together, we're all held to the same standards of academic integrity. So what does this equality mean here at Hamilton? What does it mean for us as students? Equality here means more than being equally subject to rules. It's about holding ourselves accountable for producing honest work. It's part of what drives Hamilton as a leading institution, one that produces meaningful scholarship and pushes the boundaries of thought and innovation. The Honor Code doesn't just bind us to the college, it teaches us to trust each other's integrity and determination. We come together, students, faculty, and staff, believing to the best of our ability that the people we pass every day are putting their best foot forward. We believe that those we pass stand no higher or lower than we do, and that they share the same academic safeguards as we do. That trust is part of what makes Hamilton work. That trust motivates us, and it's one of the many bonds we as students share together. At this time, I ask that the class of 2029 sign the Honor Code pledges that they were given coming in. I ask the Honor Court to stand up and collect them. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure, really my honor, to introduce the 21st president of Hamilton College, Stephen Tepper.
It's great to be here. There's a lot of you. Thank you, Professor Trivedi, and welcome to the 231st year of education on this beautiful hilltop. I'll just say that again, 231 years of educating people on this hilltop. This is a magnificent place. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here with all of you, to be a part of our brilliant and creative faculty and our dedicated staff in this intentional community whose values are aligned around the power of the liberal arts. In a few moments, Dean Munemo and I will receive the honor code pledges, if you can carry them. They look pretty heavy over there, signed by the members of the class of 2029 and those students joining us for the first time. This tradition dates back more than a century, and it symbolizes the seriousness and the integrity of the work we do at the college. It represents a bond among all of you, a bond between you and your faculty. It is a sacred pledge, and it gives meaning and purpose to everything we do on this campus and for your next 4 years. We sit on the land of the Oneida Indian Nation, as you heard. The ceremonial flag, as well as the more than 1 century-old tradition of pledging academic integrity to one another and to the college, link us to many generations who have preceded us and who created and preserved and safeguarded this institution. And later in today's ceremony, we'll resume another important tradition, which is the awarding of prizes for student achievement and accomplishment, once again symbolizing values that we all share as individuals and as a community. So this year, our Alex team, our advisors, support specialists, the folks who help you advance here at Hamilton, has made failure their theme. So why failure? I mean, all of you are here because you've actually figured out success. How to be successful in school and in life. And success generally means knowing how to find existing answers to known or existing problems. I, on vacation, often watch my wife and my kids do puzzles. I do not do them, but I watch them. And it's pretty darn satisfying when they get a piece that they've been looking for a while. And of course, when they finish the puzzle, like that big yes is so satisfying. But that's not really what we're doing. Finishing a puzzle is great, but that's not what education at Hamilton is about. That's not where learning happens. At Hamilton, we're not looking for known answers to known problems, just fitting pieces together. We're actually looking for unknown answers to unknown problems. Unknown answers to unknown problems. In other words, here, the questions matter more than the answers. And when all of you are in a world of the unknown, you fail. You can't always know the right answer. And when you fail, you have to try to figure out a new way to approach the problem. You search more, you try something, you learn. In fact, you cannot know yourself if you do not acknowledge that the ideas you have about yourself and about others are partly wrong. That's okay. Let me say another thing about being partly wrong. We tend to see the world and the people in it as either right or wrong. And by the way, we almost always see ourselves as being right. In fact, I challenge you, can you think about anything right now that you're wrong about? It's not easy to do. In reality, we're not either right or wrong, in spite of how you've been graded your whole life as having the right or wrong answer. We're a little right, we're a little wrong, or we're mostly right, or we're mostly wrong. And tomorrow, our little wrong might be a little right, because the world changes and our notions about the world can become more or less aligned. And here's the really big secret. Forgive me in advance, our faculty. Your teachers, your faculty, not always right. They may be mostly right, but with intellectual humility, we enter the classroom every day, because we might also be partly wrong. And the best experience ever for a teacher is to find out that they are partly wrong, or that there's something that they're not fully seeing, and with you, our students, with your questions, with your probing, with your insight, we actually learn something new together, something more, something different. So embracing failure is not easy. Look, some percentage of you right now did not choose Hamilton as your first choice. So in one sense, you failed. For others, Hamilton was your top choice, maybe your only choice. You won. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter. Because Hamilton is now the right choice, or it's the mostly right choice. You still have to work hard to make it so. You're here together at the starting line. Some of you represent the fourth generation in your families to go to college, to come to this college, in fact. Some of you represent the first in your families to go to college. It doesn't matter, because tomorrow will be day one for all of you. Some of you drove 20 miles here last Tuesday for move-in day. Some of you came from 8,500 miles away. But here's the deal. All of you are 1,200 feet from Commons right now. You are all facing the same journey ahead, and over the next week, over the next month, over the next 2 years, over the next 4 years, the journey will diverge, all heading to the same Hamilton degree, but through so many different pathways. And what will make your pathway different will not be all of your individual successes, but rather all of your unique failures. Mostly small and maybe imperceptible to others, and some will be colossal and big. Celebrate those. And what you learn from those failures will be the measure of who you become. Several of you are already embracing failure. At least 5 of you during matriculation forgot how to spell Connecticut, your home state, when you signed the book in the cottage. You have 4 years to figure that out. A student asked me the other day what my advice would be to new students about how to get the most from college. Hydrate. Let me give you 3 things quickly. Ask great questions. Ask great questions of each other, of your faculty. Go home at Thanksgiving, ask your parents great questions, drive them crazy. My question this week for students have been, what's the question you like to ask each other to get to know one another? One student said, I like to ask, what is the topic that creates that twinkle in your eye when you talk about it? I love that. Another student echoed that, said, what could you talk about forever? Eliza likes to ask not only what is your major, but more interestingly, why is your major? Why do you want to study what you want to study? The why. Of course, there's the question, the goodie but oldie, what's something that happened to you over the summer? That's an easy one. And then I went on a camping adventure trip, and a question that turned out to generate fierce debate. What is your strategy for roasting the perfect marshmallow? Second, say yes to everything. Be open, every experience, every opportunity. So many will come at you. Take courses you might otherwise take. Do something with outdoor leadership, even if you're not outdoorsy. Show up for a dance workshop. Go to the observatory one night and just look at the stars. Hamilton is like a fast-flowing river. The current is running fast, and you just have to jump in and let it take you where it goes. The last thing is make time to get to know your faculty outside of class. They are literally waiting for you to knock on their door. My first year as a professor at Vanderbilt, I had office hours twice a week. And I sat at my desk, and I looked at the back of my door, and I waited, and I hoped that something about me or something about the class would be interesting enough that one of my students would knock on the door and come talk to me. You are not imposing or wasting our time. We are waiting for your knock. So you have inherited this college from many generations who walked these paths before you. You will add your voice, you will add your design, you will add your creativity to its evolution. It will never be the same because you are sitting here today and you will make Hamilton a better place. You will change us with your ideas, with your questions, with your cultures, with your identities, with your full humanity, everything you bring to this campus every day. I'd now like to ask Dean Munemo to join me at the podium as I call upon our Honor Court representative, Archer Freed Sakaridis, to return to the stage and present your signed honor booklets.
Before I start, I would just like to make one minor correction. Faculty are always correct. Even when they're incorrect in the answer they give you, they were correct in the pedagogical strategy they chose in that moment. So on behalf of the Hamilton faculty, I'm pleased to accept these signed honor cards from you. This declaration that, by your honor, you will abstain from dishonesty in all academic work, stands as a cornerstone of the community of learning and critical engagement that we hold so dear here at Hamilton, and which you formally enter today. This pledge is rightly made publicly to your faculty in front of your peers, because together we shall support each other, learn from each other, and if need be, hold each other accountable for the standards we expect each of us to live by while we're on the Hill. And by your participation in this rite, on behalf of the faculty, I am honored to welcome you into this community of trust, responsibility, and academic integrity that will be the hallmark of your time at Hamilton. I trust you recognize that the promise you've made by signing these pieces of paper is a pledge to complete honestly the task you will carry out many, many times over the next 4 years. That is, each day for the next 4 years, your faculty and peers will expect you to live up to and reaffirm your integrity in your academic work and actions. I'm hopeful that by each of these actions, you will make real the cherished values of honesty, trust, inclusiveness, courage, and mindfulness around which any community of learning must be built. On this, the occasion of the start of my 4th year at Hamilton, my senior year of sorts, I couldn't help but look back at the messages I shared with the 3 classes to precede you. So bear with me for a second. In 22-23, my first year here, I evoked Fanon and invited the class of 2026 to discover and to be mindful not to betray its generational mission. As a sophomore, I saw a lot of threats and peril to the educational project, so I challenged students in the class of 27 to defend their opportunity to think for themselves and avoid the easy paths to seemingly correct answers provided by generative AI. Last year, troubled by study after study indicating that close to 2/3 of undergraduates feel that their campus climate prevents some people from expressing their beliefs, I implored students in the class of 28 to embrace engagement with ideas different from their own. These were all serious messages, and those who have come to know me over the last 3 years know I tend to lean to the serious, maybe too serious. As I look at this moment in this country and the world more generally, it was quite tempting to double down on any one of these themes or some other big pressing problems in the world you should direct your attention towards. And quite frankly, there's so many problems to choose from. Time, though, has a way of offering new insights and perspectives, and I hope your journey here at Hamilton has that element as well. So from this senior to you all as you begin your college journeys, I have a different message today. I hope that along this path of self-discovery, self-making, doing important work, and intense learning, you find time to go to a recital, a lecture, a reading, an art show, or a theater performance, a music recital, a dance performance, a STEM poster session, or visit the Welland Museum. I hope you attend a game or an intramural meet, or find a comfortable spot somewhere on campus to just get lost in a book. I hope you stay up late talking to a roommate or dormmate, connecting fully and deeply with another human. In other words, I hope your time on the Hill is full of fun and joy. May you find and make lasting friendships in your time on campus, recognizing the transformative capacity of relationships for learning and meaning-making. I hope you learn to laugh, first at yourself and then with others. I wish for you a genuinely playful yet productive 4 years at Hamilton. I hope that fun, joy, friendships, laughter, and play define the community you build here, and may you, in doing so, remind us all of all those quintessentially human experiences that don't make the headlines, but without which life would be so dull, and without which you would not have the energy to do all the serious, world-changing things you stand on the cusp of embarking on. Thank you, and welcome to the start of Hamilton's academic year. On behalf of President Tepper, and I invite Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, Chris Codd, to the podium.
Good afternoon and hello and welcome, my friends. You've probably heard enough from me over the last few days, and certainly we spent a bunch of time together today already, so I will try and be brief. But I couldn't miss this opportunity to extend another warm welcome to you and just to share a few thoughts with you as you start your career, and for transfer students as you weave yourself into this dynamic place. So welcome to the Hill, welcome to Hamilton, as we often refer to this community, this dynamic place filled with staff, faculty, and students who combine our passions and energy to make a difference in this world. And today you join a community of scholars who are ready to engage you, befriend you, to teach you, and to learn from you. And so again, as you will hear over and over again, hello and welcome. And every year I remind our community, and particular new students, that these two words are a bit more important than you may realize now, and as you settle into life on the Hill. Let me remind you that saying hello is more than a simple greeting. On one hand, it is an acknowledgement of the other person, and on the other, it's that intentional act of inviting someone into your own space and lives. Do not underestimate the power and influence of saying hello. Doing so is important for our collective sense of community and the individual sense of belonging. As you have seen, you'll be welcome time and time and time again, especially over the next few days. And I hope that this strong sense of welcome will be sustained throughout your entire time at Hamilton. We are a community that hopes to welcome and educate the whole person. And so here is an invitation to bring your whole selves to the conversations, discussions, and relationships that will emerge over the time that you're here. And as you are welcomed into this wonderful experience that is Hamilton, please be sure to extend your own welcome to others. Welcome those people and ideas that are different and challenging. Welcome respectful disagreement and civil discourse. Welcome those who may be curious about you and what you believe. And just as we try to welcome you fully, please welcome the whole person as well. You see, communities like ours are at their best when we engage each other with mutual respect in our attempts to form meaningful relationship and learn together. We fail the educational process and we fail ourselves when we draw conclusions that are based on fear, stereotypes, or simply a refusal to engage. That is not why you're here. Fundamentally, all of us are here to learn with each other and from each other. And learning requires intentional engagement. And so we start again with two simple words: hello and welcome. I have told you since you arrived last week that you will find a community here that's ready to stand by you, stand with you, challenge you, engage you, and support you as your fan club. And we've gone through a few exercises already where we do a little bit of visual learning, so I'm going to do one more before I sit down. And I want you to know that this is a place where you have a voice, where you have supporters, where you have a community that has your interests at heart. And so I'm going to ask my colleagues to indulge me, and so I'm going to ask all faculty, all staff, and all returning students in this room to stand as you are able and face these newest members of our community. And so, our new and our transfer students, I want you to take a few moments just to look around this assembly. Look in front of you, look behind you, look to your left, look to your right, look even above you, up in the balconies. These are only some of the people who are here at Hamilton to support you. Some of your supporters aren't here right now, but you will come to know them. But for now, think of the other 1,500 or so returning students who are joining you on campus as I speak. Think about our dedicated board of trustees who give of their time and talent generously to govern this institution. Think of the thousands of alumni who stand ready to engage you and build connections with you. Think of the many residents of the village of Clinton and beyond who welcome you as a neighbor. Look around you. Think of your faculty who will help direct your intellectual growth for the next few years. Think of the staff who stand ready and eager to collaborate with you on a variety of events outside the classroom. Look around and take that all in for a minute. These, my friends, are the angels who will grant you safe passage during your time here. Engage them. We're all ready to engage you. So hello, my friends. Welcome to Hamilton. Welcome to our family. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to invite Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs, Nathan Goodale, to acknowledge our prize recipients.
Greetings. Thank you all. Hello. It is a part of our Convocation tradition to award a number of scholarships and prizes, the descriptions of which are in your program. I will announce the names of all the award winners and ask them to stand. I will announce the awards by groups as they appear in your program. If you are a winner of an award, please stand and remain standing until the next award is announced. I would ask that everyone please hold their applause until the end of each group. I would like to begin by recognizing the recipients of the prize scholarships. The Benjamin Walworth Arnold Prize Scholarship, Phoebe Glennon, Samantha Flaherty, and Lucy Miola. The Robert A. Bankert Jr. Prize Scholarship, Yunsi Wang. The Frank C. and Marion D. Coleridge Prize Scholarship, Ting Mei. The Southworth Prize in Physics, Rebecca Dalphin. The Captain Gerald Fitzgerald Dale Senior Scholarship, Mohammed Khan. The Charles A. Dana Prize Scholarship, Charlotte Budman. Sebastian St. Laurent, and Fumi Yatsuhushi. The Ned Doyle Prize Scholarship, Norma Cajeas, Jaylene Rodriguez, and Anna Williams. The Dual German Prize Scholarship, Katerina Sabella and Aubrey Wallen. The Donald A. Hamilton Prize Scholarship, Choithi Bushush. The Ann Miller Hardin Prize Scholarship, Anna Totilka. The Matthew Houlihan Prize Scholarship, Jade Matthias. The Edward Huntington Memorial Mathematical Prize Scholarship, Oscar Lido Osborne. The Grant 21 and Silas 52 Keene Prize Scholarship, Jasmine Bonija and Sebastian St. Laurent. The Leonard E. and Sue J. Kingsley Prize Scholarship, Carter Higgins and Sudachananya Updam-Fan. The Willard Bostick Marsh Prize Scholarship, Julia Asfar Kashmiri and Samantha Flaherty. The Marcel Moran Prize Scholarship, Frederick Becker and Gregoire Winston. The Orrin Root Prize Scholarship, Angela Liu and Clifford Yen. The Arthur W. Soper Prize Scholarship in Latin, Chingshen Boniran. The Chauncey S. Truax Prize Scholarship in Greek, James Mannix. The Vrooman Prize Scholarship, Zoe Clark. The Lawrence Yorty Prize Scholarship, Parker Seymour. Let's congratulate all of our Prize Scholarship winners. Now we'll recognize the winners of the Achievement Prizes. The Brockway Prize, Benjamin Cooper. The Class of 1990 Scholarship, Jasmine Bonija. The CRC Press First Year Prize in Chemistry, Bryce Galster. Meng Thiem Nunt and Clara Palucci. The Nelson Clark Dale Jr. Prize in Music, Michael Coe. The Dr. Edward Fitch Prize in Greek, Madeline Cloutier. The Dr. Edward Fitch Prize in Latin, Sasha Law Gisico. The Leo Makta Prize in Physics, Bakir Hussermogovich and Mohammed Khan. The Phi Beta Kappa Book Prize, Benjamin Cooper, Lydia Traglia, Phoebe Glennon, Sabrina Grossman, Claire Hearson, Erica Hills, Nora Keel, Jackson Coe, Allison Rowland, Carolyn Shirley, and Sophia Spindler. The Ruth Smiths Memorial Teaching Prize in Computer Science, Joseph Simone. The Linda Aqua Strobel Memorial Teaching Prize in Mathematics, Cade Boyne and Sasha Keller. The Winslow Prize in Greek, Juliet Kochel. The Winslow Prize in Latin, Fiona Jude. The Winslow Prize in Romance Languages French, Tessa Hartzell. The Winslow Prize in Romance Languages Hispanic Studies, Daniel King. The Women of Color Prize, Norma Cajeas, Megan Lambert, and Angelina Saunier. Please congratulate our Achievement Prize winners. Now we'll acknowledge our Writing Prize recipients. The Hutton Essay Prize, Micah Ruthfield. The Dwight N. Lindsay Prize, Annabelle Krawitz. The Alfred J. and A. Barrett Seaman Writing Prize in Writing, Clara Bennett-Jones, Theodore Gherkin, Su Han Huang, Olivia Pearsall, and Haley Sharp. Please congratulate our Writing Prize winners. And congratulations to all of our winners.
Please rise if you are able for the Hamilton College Choir, who will sing Carissima, the words to which are printed on the back of your program.
Stay.
remain in your places until the procession has left the auditorium. Everyone is invited to the Convocation picnic on the Dunham Green. This marks the end of this occasion and the beginning of the 2025-2026 academic year. This assembly is adjourned.